So we have been lied to by our parents, by society, by social media. We are not all destined for greatness. The truth is that most of us are going to live a pretty mundane and average life. But some of us, just some of us, are going to be able to break free from our average nature and achieve something incredible. If you ever want to achieve anything and live the best life possible, there are some harsh truths that you need to learn. And today we're going to go over some of the ones that I think are important. Harsh truth number one that you need to hear, and that is you were born average at most things. Even though your mom, your dad, and everybody told you you're the best, you're incredible, you can achieve and accomplish everything, and you're spectacular. Well, not really. The truth is that most of us were born average. It's all about statistics, right? 20% are high achievers or better than average in whatever the area is. 20% are crappy or below average. 60%, which means the majority of us, you and me, were born right in the middle. We're average. But the good news is if we work, if we focus, if we dedicate ourselves, we can become better than our average nature, which means if you want to achieve anything extraordinary, you've got to be willing to put in the time, put in the work, and do it. Nothing is ever going to be handed to you, and you are never going to achieve greatness without doing great things. Which brings me to the second truth that you need to learn and hear, and that is do not compare yourself to the 1% that you see on social media. And that is one of the biggest problems and reasons why we feel insecure, the reason why we never truly feel successful, because we're comparing ourselves to the 1%. We see the best of the best or the worst of the worst on social media, when the truth is that if that is what we are basing our value, our success on, these extraordinary situations, circumstances, or people, we're never going to feel like we did well. We're never going to feel like we accomplished anything because it's not living up to this arbitrary set of high expectations based on extraordinary people. Life's not fair. You better prepare yourself for that, right? Just because you think or you expect or you feel entitled to something, whether or not it's a job, a career, a body, a girl, a car, whatever, it doesn't mean that you're going to get it, right? And it doesn't necessarily mean that it's fair that somebody else does. Or is it that they were willing to do what you weren't in order to get it? That is the question you need to ask yourself. It's not fair, it's not guaranteed. And respect is earned, it's not given, which is the third harsh reality. Self-respect, you need it. If you don't have it, unfortunately, you're never going to truly live an incredible life. And part of that is looking good. Now, here's the thing. I know this is going to sound vain to some people, but the truth is this. If you don't look good, you are not going to have the opportunities. And part of self-esteem and self-respect is putting together a package that you want the world to see. Dressing well, taking pride in your appearance is a must. It's non-optional, non-negotiable if you ever want to achieve anything. Because in the first 3 seconds upon meeting you, somebody has just formed an opinion based solely on the nonverbal communicating that you're doing. And the beautiful thing is that it's almost like smoke and mirrors. It doesn't matter if you're not that smart. It doesn't matter if you weren't brought up in an affluent way. If you dress well, you are going to be respected. You are going to be revered. You are going to be sought after. You are going to be the man. If you dress like crap, if you decide to put tattoos all over your body, piercings everywhere, do not get upset when people do not hire you, do not date you, do not trust you. Is it fair? The answer is no, but we already covered that earlier. But it's not just your style. If you're groomed like a savage, you don't take care of yourself, your nails are all nasty, you got nose hair, your ear hairs are crazy, you got a unibrow, your hair's greasy, or you got dandruff or chin flakes, gentlemen, this is another sign that you need to up your game, because until you do, you're never going to have the opportunity and have the chance to do something above average and amazing. Something else you need to do is smell incredible, which brings me to today's video sponsor. If you love smelling amazing, you are going to absolutely freak out over this deal that I got for you. All right, so here's the deal. For a limited time and while supplies last, we're going to do what we call the fragrance bundle. You get to choose any fragrance that you want, whether or not it's the new Legend, inspired by Tom Ford's Effing Fabulous, or the legendary Rebel, inspired by the king of compliment fragrances, Creed Aventus. But we also have Hero, we've got Villain, which is dark, mysterious, and sexy, inspired by Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille, or we even have King, inspired by Creed's Green Irish Tweed. But because I want you to smell better than all the other dudes out there, I'm throwing in some special gifts for you for essentially free. You're gonna get the deodorant, which is actually my all-time favorite natural deodorant. It's aluminum free, it's paraben free, it's sulfite free. This thing is the best. Read the reviews, not just my opinion. But I also want your balls and Big Al to smell amazing. And so I'm also tossing in Fresh, the amazing talc-free powder by Pete and Pedro. So the regular retail price for this, are you ready, is $83. But if you use the code MENSHOULD33, you're gonna get it for $50. It's basically $33 off. It's an incredible deal. You guys are gonna smell amazing. And like I said, it's for a limited time and while supplies last. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Was that King or Hero? What, Rebel? Whatever. They all smell amazing. Speaking of amazing, if you want to ensure that you're going to be amazing, you better take care of your body. That's the next thing. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this because I always talk about exercise and fitness. For me, that was the cornerstone. That was the number one best decision I ever made in my life. It was going to the gym for the first time when I was 12 years old. This one decision, going to the gym when I was 12 years old, was going to allow me and help me build not only a strong, healthy body, but also a strong, healthy mind that was able to endure hardships and challenges, which is the next brutal truth you need to hear. They are going to happen. Don't think you're special. Don't think that nothing bad is ever going to happen to you. It is. It's going to happen to all of us. But if you are mentally strong, if you are able to endure the punches and the shit that life throws at you, you are going to be able to overcome it. But if you're mentally weak, you are going to fold, you are going to crumble, you are never going to move yourself forward and do anything incredible or amazing like I know that you can. The next thing I got to tell you, and like I said, brutal honesty, your friends suck, and so do those toxic ass people that you haven't been able to break up with yet. You got to be honest with yourself. It's not for me, it's for you. The people that you're hanging out with, are they high value, low value? Where do they stand? Do they want the best for you? If the answer is no, if they're competitive with you, if there's somebody that talks shit behind your back, get them the fuck out of your life. Stop worrying about what other people think of you, because the truth is they probably don't even think of you. Gentlemen, that's the next brutal truth you need to understand. Most people do not care about you. We spend so much of our life and our time worried about what other people think, what they're going to say, when the truth is they're too preoccupied fucking their own life up, doing their own stuff. They're not worried about you. They're not looking at you. They're not worried about your bicep curls and how much you're doing at the gym. Do not worry about other people, because I assure you, they're not worried about you. And while we're at it, you might as well stop obsessing about women. Like, that's something that you really got to get it under control and a handle on. Something else I just want to tell you. The manosphere, it's not a good thing. It's wrong. Women are not the problem, all right? Men are not the problem. Men are not toxic. Women are not bitches or evil. And they want to be with a man that takes control and doesn't allow life to bend them over and give them the business. Gentlemen, do not allow life to give you the business, because I tell you something. If you don't take control of it, somebody else will. And if you're cool getting life's sloppy seconds, then proceed. But if you're somebody that wants to overcome your average potential, you need to work. You need to bust your ass. You need to be willing to do what you need to do. And stop blowing smoke up your ass and thinking that somebody's just going to deliver you success or whatever by knocking on your door like they're delivering you a pizza. If you want anything incredible, you've got to earn it. Life is not fair, but it is fair if you bust your ass, you work, you get out of it what you put into it. Not just with life, money, but also relationships. If you expect to have deep friendships, deep connections with people, you've got to be willing to open yourself up and get deep and be willing to be vulnerable with them. Gentlemen, that's where I want to wrap things up. I think you're incredible, but your mom's been lying. You're not exceptional, but you can get there.